Hi, I'm Amy Bailey, and thank you for tuning in to Bryan Triangle Online. Today I have Clary Stewart of the Worldview Initiative team with me. So Clary, what can you tell us about the Worldview Initiative?
Well, the Worldview Initiative team is a group of about 15 students. That's how many is on the team this semester. And we travel to church youth groups or Christian high schools or homeschool groups, kind of all throughout the Southeast. And we do a program that we call our Movement Program. And essentially, it's the gospel that has been contextualized for a generation, that the generation in middle school and high school now. So it's very media rich. We do a lot of interactive things, and it's to show them how the gospel really pertains to their lives, because these are students who have grown up in the church. They know the buzzwords, they know the stories, but they don't often get the way that it affects their lives individually. So our program has an upfront speaker, but then as the team members, we within the program break out into small groups and do some interactive things to really get across the truth that we're trying to convey.
That's awesome. So within that, what would you say is the most rewarding part of being on the team?
The most rewarding part for me is kind of twofold. This year I've actually been an intern with the Worldview Initiative, so I've been able to take on more of a leadership role in figuring out logistics for trips and just seeing trips come together, but then also seeing my friendships with team members on the Worldview Initiative grow has been really rewarding. But then also just being able to interact with high school students, and when you see those ones who finally get it and they realize that it's more than just stories or buzzwords, but that it changes their life, that's really, really rewarding.
That's awesome. And then on the flip side of that, what are some of the more challenging aspects of being a part of the team?
Well, we travel frequently, depending on the semester, different trip schedules. But so missing school can sometimes be challenging, having to make up work or being gone. Buses aren't the most productive places to do homework. So that can be challenging. But then also just when you go to a school or you have a group of students in your small group who, just kind of act like they already know it all, or maybe they're tired of it because they have grown up in the church. That can just be really hard because you want so desperately to get through to them and to help them to see the way it's changed your life and the way it can change theirs, that sometimes when you meet that resistance, that can be really challenging.
Absolutely, yeah. So how can we find out more about the program?
You can find out more about the Worldview Initiative through talking to someone who's on the team, or even Jason Glenn, who's the director of Worldview Formation, and he oversees the Worldview Initiative. We also have a Facebook page, and you can find information online, but I would definitely recommend the face-to-face interaction.
Well, great. So who all can join the Worldview Initiative?
You can join the Worldview Initiative through an application process. So the applications always go out in the spring. So we actually are in the middle of interviews for the application process. So the earliest you could apply would be next spring, but that could be freshmen, sophomores, or juniors who are interested. And then you go through a group interview and an individual interview, and that's sort of the selection process.
Okay. Well, great. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
It's been one of the best experiences for me at Bryan. It's made me grow so much personally and also spiritually. So I really, really enjoyed it, and I would encourage you, even if you're not interested in joining, just getting to know one of the team members and learning a little bit more about what we do.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and thank you for tuning in to Bryan Triangle Online.